In 1963, one man's pride was shattered by another man's insult. What followed wasn't just a race. It was a corporate war fought with pistons and passion. This is the true story of how the American industrial giant Ford sought revenge against the Italian racing royalty, Ferrari. The early 1960s. Ford Motor Company was a behemoth of family cars and trucks, but its image was boring. Henry Ford II, grandson of the original, knew he needed a spark. He needed to get into racing. And the fastest way to do that was to buy the most legendary racing team in the world, Ferrari. Negotiations began. A deal was almost struck. But at the last minute, Enzo Ferrari got cold feet. He couldn't stomach the idea of his beloved Scuderia being controlled by an American corporation. He pulled out. And he didn't just walk away. He launched a personal attack. He reportedly told Henry Ford II, "You are not Henry Ford. You are merely Henry Ford II." He called Ford's cars fat and slow. The insult was public, personal, and unforgivable. Henry Ford II was livid. He vowed to open his checkbook and do the one thing that would truly destroy Enzo Ferrari. He declared, "We're going to race him. And we're going to beat him." At Le Mans, Ford had the money, but they needed the genius. They turned to Carroll Shelby, a charismatic Texan and a former Le Mans winner himself. His task was impossible: build a car that could beat Ferrari in under 90 days. Shelby had one non-negotiable demand. He needed a driver who wasn't just fast, but who could engineer a winning car. He needed Ken Miles. Miles was a brilliant, uncompromising British race car driver and engineer. He was also famously difficult, a perfectionist who clashed with Ford's corporate yes-men. This was the partnership that would change everything. Shelby, the master politician, would manage the suits at Ford. Miles, the obsessive artist, would perfect the machine. Their first car, the GT40, was fast but fragile. At the 1965 Le Mans, it was a total failure. Ferrari humiliated them. The pressure was immense, but Shelby and Miles refused to quit. They went back to the drawing board. For 1966, they rebuilt the car from the ground up. They shoved a monstrous 7-liter V8 into the back, creating a rocket. Ken Miles was the lead development driver, pushing the car to its absolute limits. June 1966. The 24 hours of Le Mans, the ultimate test of man and machine. From the start, it was a dogfight. The nimble Ferraris versus the brutally powerful Fords. But one driver was in a class of his own, Ken Miles. Miles was masterful. He dominated the track. As the race entered its final hours, it was clear. Barring a miracle, Ken Miles was going to win. But then, Ford's corporate machine intervened. Ford's PR chief wanted a photo finish. He wanted all three Ford GT40s to cross the line together, a symbol of total corporate dominance. The order came down. Ken Miles, who was far in the lead, was to slow down and let his teammates catch up. For Miles, it was a betrayal. He was being asked to give up his rightful hard-earned glory for a publicity stunt. Reluctantly, he complied. The three Fords crossed the line. Ford had beaten Ferrari. The corporate mission was accomplished, but because of the race's rules, the man who had done more than anyone to secure the victory was denied the top step of the podium. Ken Miles had won the war for Ford, but lost his own battle. Just 2 months after his hollow victory at Le Mans, Ken Miles was testing a new version of the car. At over 200 miles per hour, the car suddenly became unstable and crashed, killing him instantly. The racing world lost one of its greatest talents. Ford would go on to dominate Le Mans for the next 3 years. The GT40 became a legend. But the story of 1966 is forever tinged with tragedy. It's a story of a company's revenge achieved on the back of a genius who never got to fully bask in the glory. So, who truly won? Ford got its revenge. Ferrari was humbled, but at what cost? The story of Ford versus Ferrari is a powerful reminder that behind every machine there is a human heart, driven by pride, passion, and sometimes a profound sense of loss. Who do you think was the real hero of this story? Let us know in the comments.